Hello, it's Jennifer with Underway Drifting and Dreaming. We are cruising into the North Channel. We're leaving the Georgian Bay behind and all the rocks. The North Channel opens up, it's deeper, and it's not as big of a body of water as the Georgian Bay, but it's a beautiful cruising grounds. We are seeing less cottages, and we are heading to Little Current. It is forecasted to storm with high winds, so we want to head into the dock. We have about 24-30 hours before the storm hits our area, and we end up laying over in Little Current for about 4 days as we watch the storms come and go. We are arriving at Little Current, waiting on the 3 o'clock bridge. They only open once an hour. It is a one-lane bridge. You can see the cars. I'm not sure if you can see that nice little red car going across. And so the traffic flows one way every few minutes, and the bridge only opens on the hour. We will be going into the town dock. Across Georgian Bay. We are at the Little Current Town Dock. Our dockhand had to run over. There was a sailboat that was coming in mighty quick. He's getting his exercise. Beautiful gardens. And Jim's doing a little pump out over here.
It's fun.
It's fun. So we made it from Midland to Little Current, and this is our first pump out, and we're not even filled. We have a 100-gallon tank. As I'm walking, I'm seeing some people set up to take pictures. They're videoing. And so I just go on with my walk and checking out the bridge. Just think it's really cool being a original railroad bridge that's been converted into a one-way lane bridge. This is the only access to the islands by vehicle. And I'm just kind of taking my time walking across. It's windy. Listening to the cars moving across, and once I get to the other side, I turn back and look at the riverfront and notice that I'm in everybody's photo shot. So I quickly do a very fast run across the bridge so they'll be able to get their sunrise and the bridge photo shoot in. So the bridge just opened. We have a power cat and 4 cruisers heading through Little Current. They're probably going to try to make it as far as they can before the storm comes in today. Look how blue the water is. It's beautiful, beautiful blue. You can see the mountains back there. Far away. It was 75 degrees when I went out and walked this morning at 6, and now it's becoming very chilly. Alright, coming back from Docktails. Not sure how I'm going to get on the boat with my paper goods, my cup, my food. And the current's ripping through here. Check out this boat. Looks like it's sailing. It's a little rocky out here. I'm standing with wide feet, so I don't end up in the water, because if I fall in, they'll have to drag me out of the bridge. Grocery store is just up the hill. You can go up those metal steps, and the grocery store is there. There is that LCBO. That's where you buy your alcohol and a few beer, or you can go to the beer store. This layover is a lot longer than what we thought we were going to have, and it looks pretty calm. There's wind and rain. Well, we finally got it away, and it looks great here, but we end up having 4-foot waves as we're heading when we get almost to the Benjamins. We were having a great time. We had Docktails, met other boaters, but once you're sitting for a few days, you know it's time to get moving again. We ended up heading up to the West Benjamins and finding a great place to anchor. And we went around the back island. There's actually a YMCA camp that's out here. There's nothing in the area. Again, there's no cell phone service, and you're just fortunate to have peace and quiet. I think we shared this anchorage with about 3 or 4 other boaters, and the water is much colder here than it was in the Georgian Bay and the Trent Severn. It is in the 60s, so I did not get in the water. We kept watching the shore to see if we would see any bear activity, and still have not seen a bear this whole way. The next morning, everybody's ready to get underway. Anchors are being pulled, and we're all going to steam out of this very protective anchorage. From here, we're heading to Thessalon, so this will be our furthest point north on the loop and our last night in Canada. We are heading out of Thessalon, Ontario, and crossing over to Detour Village, where we'll be going into the United States. This has been the most wonderful time in Ontario, starting off in Kingston, the Trent Severn, 240 miles, the wonderful cruising grounds of the Georgian Bay and the North Channel, nights at anchor, adventures on the water and the tender, kayak and paddleboard. The American Great Loop allows us to see so many places that a car cannot get you to. The small towns, the anchorages, the coves, and just the coast. It's truly beautiful. We will continue with our adventures in Michigan. We really appreciate you watching, subscribing, clicking like, reaching out with questions. Thank you for taking your time. Here you see this is not fog, it is just perfectly flat calm. The sun is shining, and it's hard to distinguish where the horizon's at. Jim is busy getting our quarantine flag and our U.S. flag. Our poor U.S. flag was torn up in Kingston. I have 2 more at my sister's house, along with all my other orders. So let's come back here and check them putting up the flag. Got taking the Canadian flag down. We have a yellow quarantine flag. We'll take that down once we get through the check-in process.
I have a new flag in order.
Yes, I have 2 flags that we'll have on, I guess, Friday afternoon. So this time we'll carry with the extra one. But this flag has been with us since Key West, Florida. It was put on new right before we started the loop. Here she goes. Oh, I didn't get your little salute. Oh. I'll just change sides of the deck here. There's our AGLCA flag. It lets other people know that we're on the loop. It's starting to come apart, and a lot of times people will get back to their crossing their wake, and all that's left is the blue outline. Alright. Hey Jim, who's driving the boat?
George.
There is only 2 people on this boat at this time.
We're looking out though.
Alright. Let's head back in. So our compass is on 224. It's on heading hold. We're in 80 feet of water. And there's our little boat here, leaving some breadcrumbs. Our AIS list that tells us that there's a boat that's 17 miles away, another one's 18. And Nebo's on the phone. And then over here we have our navionics. And it says that we should arrive at 12:17. We have 18 miles to go. It's 2 hours and 30 seconds. And here's our route. And we're going 7.2 knots. So we're only going about 20 miles a day. Just think if you were driving in your car and you're driving about 5 miles an hour, how long it takes you to get 20 miles.